Hello, this is Sandeep Singh, Assistant Professor, BBD University, teaching in SHM department. In the first video, we have discussed about the first unit of the second semester, that is menu planning. In that first unit, we covered the menu planning part, the menu planning definition and its objectives, and the points which we considered while planning a menu. Now we are coming to consider the second part of this unit, which is standard recipe. So first of all, we in this we are going to consider, we are going to read about what is a standard recipe, and what how we are going to calculate a standard recipe, and how it is going to help us the standard recipe in operating and costing of the organization. So first of all, we must know what is standard recipe. When we study about the standard recipe, we must know about other parts of the standard recipe also, because a standard recipe consists of these three words also, that is standard specification, yield analysis, and recipe costing. These all 3 points when we cover, then we are able to know what is a standard recipe and how it is going to help us about the standard recipe. So the most important sorry, the most important thing for a standard recipe, we need to understand the word consistency. Consistency is in terms of taste and quality of a food. Consistency is very important to customers satisfaction, leading to customers loyalty and goodwill. So to understand a standard recipe, why is the need of a standard recipe, we must understand, first of all, we must understand the consistency. Consistency is a word which means you are going to provide the taste and the quality and the service of your organization, of your outlet, similar all the days, all the months, in every year. Even you improve it according to the suggestions of guests satisfaction, you improve it. So to make it consistent, that every time whenever customers entered in your house or in your outlet and organization, when he or she orders that particular item, he or she will get the same taste. Just means, just give an example. When a guest is entering in your outlet, and he want to have that particular item with you, and he is paying the amount whatever you are going to charge all the month. If he is paying for a paneer dish, if he is paying 300 rupees all the month, all the months, or you can say 365 days, then why on one day he is going to have a paneer preparation having very salted, why on the other day they are going to have the paneer preparation with lots of oil? Where is the consistency? And consistency differs, there are many factors due to which the consistency differs. There the one of the factor is the raw materials, ingredients which are not available according to the quality decided by the chef, or many of the times the quality or the consistency is also decreased due to the chef's preparation style. Or might be one chef has started this and the chef was fired, or he has leave the organization, and the new chef has come and he know the making. Because we all know that hotel industry is not based on a particular rocket science, on a particular formula of the organization of the word. It changes according to the requirement of the customer. Like if somebody is making paneer do pyaza in a different style in particular area, and the person who is joining the organization, he belongs to that particular area where the people do prefer to have a paneer do pyaza a bit spicy, but here but here the person doesn't like it. So if he is going to make, definitely people will start saying, we don't like it is too spicy. Before that we are going to have the same paneer do pyaza, it is much sweeter than the today's preparation. So definitely the consistency word varies or changes due to lots of reasons of quality of ingredients quality of ingredients available, and due to due to many other things. So it is very much important to understand the standard recipe. We must understand the consistency word. So I hope everyone is clear about the consistency word. The consistency in terms of quality and the quantity and the taste of food is need to be similar all the days of a years, because guest is paying. So to achieve that consistency, to make your, if your consistency is good, every customers become loyal of your outlet, and the marketing will increase day by day, because every customer will say whenever you go and eat that particular dish in that particular outlet, or eat anything of the menu, you will find the taste similar all the years. So definitely consistency is very much important, and consistency only achieve when we have standard recipe. Standard recipe. So I hope now everyone is clear that why the consistency term is very much important when we talk about the standard recipe. If we have a standard recipe, if we know how to prepare, what to purchase, and how to cook for a particular dish, every time whenever a person go, whenever a chef go or a new chef joins, he or she follow that particular thing according to the standard decided by the organization, they will achieve the same taste, and the guest will always be loyal to the organization due to the same type of taste and quality of a dish. And now, what standard we need for consistency means what points we need to consider while discussing the standard recipe: standard ingredients, standard recipe, standard yield, standard costing, standard portioning. These all are the factors which involves in making a standard recipe. And how it is going to help, we discuss in few lines, like standard ingredients for a particular dish. If chef has decided all these, there are 7 to 8 items which are going to be used, thus, and the quality of the ingredient is decided by the chef, that if he needs ripened tomatoes, he always need a red ripened tomatoes. It totally depends on the chefs and the team what they are going to receive from the store. If a store is saying no, please take this, it is available in the market, and please take this and make this with the help of these ingredients you make your dish, definitely the fault is to the chef. Why he accepted the that standard, low substandard? If he thinks that that particular ingredient is not going to give that particular taste, he must be reject, he log the item, he must complain to the higher authorities that the store is not providing the ingredients according to the our demand, because ingredients play a lots of role. If a particular item needs cumin which have a stronger smell and taste and aroma, we need that particular thing. If we got a cumin which is not having a strong flavor or aroma, then definitely we put that ingredient but not achieve the taste and the aroma which we required for that particular item, or the standard of the item which we have decided, and the customer have taste that item with that particular ingredient. If you are start arguing with the customer, no, no, we have put at the ingredient, all the ingredients. If you said that last time we have eaten the particular dish, we have a great aroma of the cumin, but this time we are not giving the that much aroma, either this ingredient is missing, then they definitely the service personnel say, or the chef say, no, 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 sir, we have all the ingredient in this particular item, there's a nothing which we have missed. So definitely they become, the customer satisfaction become lower, and they start feeling that they are cheating, they have not put it the ingredients, but you have put it, but the quality of the ingredients is not up to the standard which we have decided, which the chef has decided, which the organization has decided to put this ingredients. So the standard ingredients are very much important. Now the second point is standard recipe. Standard recipe. Standard recipe means we go with this. Standard recipe means a standard information given to cook that particular item. Means if, like, just we take example of making dosa. If I need a rice which is very smaller, and they are not long straight rice, and these rice to be soaked in the night with some dals in it and some methi dana in it, and then we need to make a paste of it in the morning so that it get fermented easily, and we are able to make a dosa. So these are the steps which we need to follow while making a standard particular item. So this is what a standard recipe is. Standard recipe is a formula for producing a food or beverage items. Is a formula, means the steps which we need to follow, and the things we need to keep in mind while preparing that particular dish, or making the dish according to the standard of the organization. We need to follow the quality of ingredients, the quantity of ingredients, and the matter method. Basically, the standard recipe is going to tell you what quality of ingredients you need, how much quantity of the ingredient you need for generate that particular dish, and what steps need to be taken, the method of cooking needs to be applied, the presentation of that particular thing, how we are going to present that particular thing in which plate, and how it is going to be served to the customer. This all to be written in the standard recipe, so that we can produce the that particular item in a proper way. Just see an example here. They have mentioned that a particular food item required a temperature of 450 degree Fahrenheit, and baking time is near about 14 to 15 minutes. So these are the steps which we need to follow while producing that particular item. Then the raw materials, what quantity of raw material we need to produce, we need to use to produce, how much of portions we can produce if you do this, if we use this particular quantity of ingredients. So here is the recipe for some for particular item, like fish fillet amandine. This is in first preparations. For that, what we need: a fish fillet, frozen or fresh, 180 grams to be served to our customers. And what other things we need is almond, and the process are written here. What we need to do, we need to, if we are taking frozen fish, we need to defrost it. So what types of other things we need to use. So this is what a standard recipe. The standard recipe will inform you the ingredients, the steps, the method, the presentation, and that will also help to know you that after putting this much of raw materials, how much portion, as a portion is also decided by the organization according to some scientific thing, that a person can have 180 grams or 120 grams of uh, lentils in their body during a particular meal, or a meat item or a fish item during a particular meal. So according to the portion decided by the team chefs, by while considering the scientific factors of a eating diet of a particular age group, then we take the raw materials quantity, and we produce the things. And after producing the thing, the portion is decided. And the portion which is already decided, we are able to know that after putting this much of raw material, we get this much of servable food items, as the portion of that particular item to be served during the meal time is 180 grams, 120 grams, or 100 grams, which is already pre-decided by the organization, by the chefs, while considering a scientific value according to the needs of a body of a particular age group and during the meal hours. So all these things will help you while developing a standard recipe, or a standard recipe card, or a standard menu, which is objective of this topic, the standard recipe. So these are the factors while we develop a standard recipe: the ingredients, the portion, the methods, and the age group which we are going to serve. These are the factors which we considered. So here we are getting some descriptions of example which we have taken, the fish fillet amande. So while doing this, what we will achieve, it is written here like a standard yields. First we need to understand what is standard yield. We need to get a definition of yield. We are getting these point to understand how we are going to produce a standard recipe. To produce a standard recipe, first we need to know their sub points, and their sub point is yield. Yield is one of the most important factors, so we need to know about the definition of yield. The term yield is defined as the net weight of a food item after it has been processed and made ready for sale to a guest. Okay, so this is the most important terminology which we use. Yield is whatever raw material. Just I'm giving you a simple example. Like we purchase an onion, 1 kg of onion, and in a particular dish we need to use 300 grams of onion. So when we buy a onion, we buy with the weight of its cover. Okay, when we take a 1 kg onion, and when we peel it out, we will get near about 900 grams, 900 grams of 900 grams of peeled onion. Means 100 grams of 100 grams of things come out as a wastage, which we cannot use to serve the final products. So if we have bought a 10 rupees kg onion, in that if we get 900 grams of servable or usable onion, the cost of that particular item will be 1 point something, 1 rupees something. So this is what yield. After putting lots of ingredients, after, because the ingredient which is written in a recipe is with their all the things which need to be cleaned it out. And after using, like if we are using a fish in a particular recipe, and we need a fish fillet. So fish fillet is having a skin or without a skin. When we remove a skin, there is a wastage of 10 to 20 grams of total weight of that particular fish. So this is what yield. When we use lots of raw materials, so the raw material is with their other things also. After cleaning or after cutting or after peeling it out, these things, all the raw materials, what we get. And during the cooking, some of the moisture content, some of the items which are in their weight, but after the cooking their weight has become less or nullifies the weight, their weights. So what the final particular weight which we achieved, or the servable portion which we achieved, is the yield part. Yield part is very much important in a, while doing a standard recipe, because a standard recipe will tell you the costing of the particular item. If we have because like we have purchased an onion that costing rupee 1.2 to us, so definitely we need to charge it from the guest also, because we cannot say to him, or we cannot beard that in 10 rupees onion, we the final amount of onion which we have received is 900 grams, but for that 900 grams we are paying 1.2. And if we get 1 kg of onion, uh, of full usable onion of 10 rupees, 10 rupees, so definitely the cost is 1 rupees per grams, or definitely it will help us a lot to achieve the costing factors of the that costing factor of that particular item. But we have to do some cutting, some peelings, or some de-skinning, or some deboning while preparing a particular dish. So that yield is very much important to know. We need to know, so that if we are able to know that after putting this much quantity of raw material, we will get this much of servable portion, we are able to decide the costing of that particular items. First of all the costing, and then we are able to put the pricing of that particular dish. If we are able to put the pricing of that particular dish, uh, again in the previous video we have discussed the menu planning, and the menu planning they have one point, the pricing of the items, or you can say the points to be considered while compiling a menu. So that will helps a lot. So when we are deciding a standard recipe, when we are deciding a standard recipe, we must know the yield of that particular item, so that when we taking the cost of that particular item, we consider each and every point, that this much of using raw material of onion or anything, we need to charge this much of amount we have purchased from the market, so we need to charge this much amount of the price for that particular items. So during the during standard recipe also considered the loss which we do while cooking stages. So there is a loss, like we read it here, cooking stage. Loss result due to the cooking process, shrinkage in case of meat mostly, an effect of heat on the protein content in the meat. The method of cooking also impacts weight loss. So as we discuss, while cooking there are lots of things happen to the food items. There are lots of chemical reactions like Maillard reactions, like shrinking of meat items. There is a lots of things which we do, which happened while cooking process, and definitely the method of cooking, the types of method of cooking which we are applying to that particular items. So here is the definition of a standard yield. A standard yield results when the items is prepared as per the specific standard procedure as mentioned in the standard recipe. So this is what a standard recipe, standard yield is considered when we follow a standard recipe, and the standard recipe will lead us to produce the standard yield, and we are, after getting the standard yield of particular dish, we are able to know the pricing and costing of that particular item. This is again one of the example which we have in these slides. According to the USDA, the what amount of meat consists of all the things. So what edible portion he is going to serve, or available in the markets. So let's go on our basic thing, what we need to know about the standard recipe. These are the points while we doing a while we do a standard recipe. It is just with the help of example, with the help of an example, it is mentioned out how we are going to do this. So we come with our point that a standard recipe consists of a standard yield, standard written format of a particular item which we considered while cooking. We just come with the definition here on the top again. Standard recipe, standard specification, yield analysis, and recipe costing. So I hope everyone has understand the standard recipe is the step by step procedure written to produce a particular item which is able to be served. That standard recipe considered standard ingredients, standard recipe, standard yield, standard costing, standard portion. These all are the factors which we considered while producing a standard recipe chart. And if a standard recipe chart is produced, it is printed and make a book of all the recipes and kept in the kitchen and the offices. Whenever a cook is whenever a new person are join, or whenever a chef is forget something, he can go and revise the things and make the particular item in a particular standard decided by the organization or by the chef to achieve the consistency. So after this video, you guys are able to understand that the standard recipe is very much important to achieve the consistency, and the consistency of particular dish or item will lead you to the satisfaction of guests, and the guest is become loyal to you. And the standard recipe chart or standard recipe card we have a set format. We have a format for the standard recipe, and the standard recipe format includes the standard ingredients, the method, standard method written, what we are going to follow step by steps to achieve the particular dish, what standard yields come out, what standard costing of that particular items, and what standard portion which we are going to serve, and the standard pricing which we are going to put of that particular item. So with the help of a standard recipe chart or a format or a book, we are able to achieve the consistency, and we are able to put the pricing of that particular item. A standard recipe chart consists the standard of your ingredients to be used, in what form, in what shape you are going to use the ingredients. Then there is a written recipe of each particular items, means you have written down the recipes, or the steps in which need to be followed one by one to achieve the dish of that particular item. Then for the management purpose, due to the help of a standard recipe, we are able to know that this much of raw material, if we put this much of yield, or the amount of a final product we get, and the portion, the management decide according to it. And after deciding the portion, and after getting the standard yield and the standard portion, we are able to get the exactly costing of that particular items, or the of dish, and then we are able to put the pricing. So in a next video, or in a next slide, or in a next video, we will show you the standard recipe chart. A set pattern is there in every organization have their own style of a standard recipe chart, which need to be filled or developed while planning a menu. It is a pre-opening part of the any outlet and organization. Then we write down all the standard recipes of that particular dish according, and as well as the which types of platters, and how we are going to serve that particular item. It is all written and mentioned in the standard recipe chart. And they make a book of all the recipes of all the items which an organization is going to serve, and it is kept in the F&B director rooms, the executive chefs rooms, and copy is also in the kitchen. So whenever a chef is confused about a particular recipe, he and she can go and revise the thing. And whenever there is a new person who joins, he wants to know how they are going to make this particular item, they can read it out, and they know how they are going to plate that particular item. This will achieve the consistency of that particular item. And definitely the customers, the guests will come to your outlets only after getting a particular types of consistency. So thanks for now. And this, I hope in this video you all are clear about the standard recipe, what is a standard recipe, why we need it, and what point we considered while making a standard recipe, and how it is going to beneficial for the guest as well as for the management. Thank you. This is a standard recipe chart, or we can say a pattern which is followed by many of the hotel. I'm just giving an example of this. So first of all, this considered recipe name, which particular items which we are going to make a recipe, standard recipe chart for this. Like roasted chicken, here is the thing, or there is any other name which we used to have in the organization. Generally people do give the name to according to their organization, or some attractive name also. Then quantity produced 1 kg, recipe code or a number given to the recipe, which on which date it is mentioned. The portion size, that after 1 kg of quantity we cooked, the portion which we need to serve to the customer is 200 grams. Or which type of cuisine it is, western, hot, cold, or Indian, or pastry section. A number of portion which we are going to serve. If we give 200 grams a portion to the guest, so definitely we are going to produce 5 portion in 1 kg of final products. This is here the term yields come. In 1 kg of yield, here you can say the quantity produced is yield, come out from the raw material which we use to produce a roasted chicken. In 1 kg of roasted chicken we are giving 200 grams per portion to the customer. This is again on the suggestion of science, science, that a person can have this much of this much of chicken, and during a particular meal of time their digestion system can digest it properly, and definitely people can have more. If someone is more hungry and is having a good health, so he can get uh, finish it out a half kg of chicken. So this is not we need to consider. We need to consider the standard portion which a human person during a particular meal time, during the service of other product, he can easily consume it and the body can digest it easily. This is what the one of the portion size. The cost per portion is 40 rupees 75 paisa. This is what the cost. This is what the input items which we have put it, and the other points which we have considered. The cost of this is what, 40 rupees per portion. Cost of per portion. So for 5 portion, the cost will be near about 200 grams, which might be the input cost will be 150, or the input cost will be around 180 or 190. So the final round of figure is 200. After this the cost, we are going to put the maximum selling price of that particular item, that includes the profitable margin of the organization, which is decided by the higher management. So this is a pattern. Here we write the ingredients, the quantity which we use, the unit. Unit means gram, quantity means 1 2 3 numbers, unit means grams, ml, kg, or numbers which we used. Cost per unit, the the cost of particular unit means if I have used the onion, so what amount or what cost of onion I have used. If I have used the refined oil, then what amount of refined oil. If I have used the 100 ml of oil, so what amount it is costing, 10 rupees, 20 rupees, 1 rupees, or 180 rupees. Is like this refined oil is 180 rupees liter in the market, 180 rupees a liter in the market. So if I have used 100 ml, so what was the cost of the 100 ml is 18 rupees something paisa. So this is cost per unit. Then we have the total cost. Then this is again, then method of preparation, standard recipe do considered, the steps which we need to follow, method of preparation, any special suggestion, plating suggestion which is written out here, and then we are able to know the particular cost of that particular. This is the pattern of a standard recipe, or a standard recipe card, which is available in the book form in the chef's office, in the kitchens, as well as with the F&B director's room.